This is a HeadGum podcast.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to A Funny Feeling Podcast. I'm Betsy Sidaro.
And I'm Marcy Jarrow. This is a podcast where comedians tell us their paranormal experiences, and we listen to yours as well.
Oh, yeah. And if you have one of these paranormal experiences that you want to share with us, please email it to us at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com.
Now get cozy.
And prepare yourself to be scared silly.
This is a Funny Feeling podcast.
Okay, Betsy.
Marcy.
Oh boy, I'm very excited about our guest because I just met this person and immediately started harassing him, made him feel very uncomfortable. So I can only assume we're very good friends now because of it.
Classic Marcy.
Yeah, we went to Halloween Horror Nights together and just had the best time.
We've talked about this. It's a really great way to meet someone and become friends with them.
Yes.
Like, that's how I met the Gabrises and Ben Rogers, who are now such good friends. Like, we met at a haunted house. And you you're just thrown into something immediately and forced to be like, oh my God,
It is
you like this and I like this.
a bonding experience. We'll go ahead and introduce because that way you can chime in. We have actor, writer, comedian Matt Catanzano.
So
Hello.
excited. Thank you for having me. What a time Halloween Horror Nights is. It's 3 years of hanging out just into one night. That's how close you get to people. You're just like, I've known this person for at least 3 years. And it's not true. You just happen to spend 7 hours walking into haunted houses and screaming at each other.
Now,
It really is such a fun, heightened way to meet someone.
Yeah.
To see them at their most oh my God. And it's like, okay, are you fun at this or do you suck at this? Because that'll show a lot of life stuff, you know?
Yeah.
now, is it trauma bonding? Is that what that is? Or
It's
Not
the
quite.
most fun version of that, I think.
Yeah.
If there is,
Now-
if you could qualify that anyway.
Now, Betsy, you and I love haunted things, but I
Yes.
feel like, Matt, you have to explain how deep you are in this.
Yeah, I go pretty hard. I love haunted stuff. I love going to haunted places. I travel. I just went to Orlando to go to Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando just to go to it there to then come back and go here and be like, similar but different. And I go, people always make fun of me because I find there's not many, but there'll be I'll be like, oh, I just went to a haunted house. People will be like, Matt, it's June. Where did you?
Yes.
And I'll be like, oh, I found an off-season one. Isn't that great? And they're like, great for who? Is anyone there? I'm like, well, no, they let me in. One person's working and they have to keep putting on different masks and trying to scare me. They're just
Please walk through slowly.
Yeah.
Please walk through slowly.
I've been to a haunted house where I slowly was realizing as I was taking corners, I was like, man, this is the most suspenseful house I've ever been in because there's nobody. You'd think someone's going to be there, then they're not. And then a clown popped out and I was like, very scary. And then a lot of nothing. And then a werewolf popped out, but the werewolf was just a werewolf mask on a clown outfit. And then it was a ghoul, but a ghoul mask and a clown. And I was like, so the same person, this poor son of a bitch, is just going through these back tunnels to be like, I can't believe somebody came to
Somebody
this.
showed up, man.
Also,
Somebody showed up.
very
That
strong
makes me so
costume
happy.
choice. If you're gonna change masks,
Yeah.
very strong to be like, I'm gonna do the clown outfit,
Yeah.
and then why not do all werewolf outfit that's kind of dark?
I know.
I don't know.
The base it's probably that one was somehow more complicated. There was some justification that then didn't make sense in practice. And I was like, well, I also shouldn't
Or just
be here.
keep it clown the whole time.
Yeah.
How crazy would that be if it was the same clown the whole time?
back of your
that
head, you're
would
like,
fuck me
Oh,
up,
it's the same
man.
clown? Just how did they get to this room? Oh, I don't care for this at all.
Now tell Betsy how many years in a row you have been to Halloween Horror Nights.
I do believe that this was the 15th year in a row.
Holy
Other than
shit.
the year that they didn't have it because of quarantine, pandemic, and
Yes.
stuff, where I just had to like watch walkthroughs from my laptop.
Oh, so sad.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, I started going a long time. I started going with my family. It was like a family trip we would do. And then in college, I was able to convince like my roommate. I would be like, you guys, we're going to Orlando. And they'd be like, cool. And I'm like, to go to haunted houses. They'd be like, oh man. Well, what if that's just one of the nights? And I'm like, hear me out. It's 2 of the nights. But after that,
you're gonna want to go for 2 of the
gonna
nights.
hit
I promise
2 nights,
you.
I promise. And then we could do whatever bar you're talking about. But I'm telling you, you get.
I don't know that anyone's missing out in the bar scene in Orlando, Florida.
I will say that in Massachusetts, where I'm from, in college, that's a very like dumb college guy thing. Be like, you know where we'll go? Orlando.
That's
And I was an
such a
adult. I'm like, what
funny-
were we talking about? What? What a
we gotta
lame.
go to the Rainforest Cafe bar.
Yeah, I will say I do
Hell
come from a
yeah,
big
dude.
chain restaurant family, so that is like I am constantly like, oh, Rainforest Cafe, sweet.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm never mad at a Bubba Gump.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm always like, oh, we're in good hands.
I always
Okay.
tell people to meet me because City Walk has a Bubba Gump, and I'll be like, oh, meet me at Bubba Gump, and they're like, very funny. Where do you want me to actually meet you? And I'm like, no, I'm at Bubba Gump.
No, Betsy and I have been together many times.
Chase and I
Oh,
were there
yeah.
before Horton, before we met everybody at Horton Nights. Chase and I were just sitting at Bubba Gump having a time.
I
Having a
texted
Corona Rita, dude.
our mutual friend, Mike Scollins, friend of the podcast as well, that I was like, what if I bailed and just went to Bubba Gump instead? And he was like, I would respect it. I could have met you guys.
Yeah, that's where we would have first met and then re-met.
Honestly,
Would have been
a
perfect.
great first place to meet. Also, Bubba Gump.
Perfect.
Bubba Gump.
Now tell everyone you have a show. We're gonna put this up tomorrow, man.
That's so
It's
fast.
gonna. So I'm
Marcy, I'm blown away.
So fast.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm a bad editor, so why make it take a long time? If you can do
So-
it fast and bad, why make it take too long? So
Hell yeah.
I
so
remember your
don't say any,
catchphrase.
yeah, fast and bad.
Fast and bad, baby.
So tell everyone about your show.
So I have a monthly show at the Alamo Draft House in downtown LA. That's a real fun movie nerd show where we take 2 different movies that make no sense to be together and we kind of combine them with sketches and have special guests and stuff. But for October, I'm doing my Halloween show, and I've done a Halloween show similar to how often I've been to Halloween Horror Nights. I've had like 11 years of doing a Halloween show.
Wow.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
now found its new location post pandemic, which is the Alamo Draft House. So it's going to be there on October 29th at 7:30. It'll be free. Naomi Ekperigan, my friend, is going to come do stand up. Josh Rubin, who did Werewolves Within and Scare Me and is
Great.
college humor legend, is going to be there as one of the special guests. It's just going to be awesome. It's going to be really fun.
Sounds so fun. Yeah, if you're in LA or nearby, hit that
Free.
show up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love the Alamo Draft House so much.
It's such a great spot and such a great movie theater. And then like the bar
so cool.
is called Video Vortex. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to do a Halloween show where it's a haunted video store and people come in to return tapes and
and never
do
leave.
bits. Yeah, this is my dream. That's all I want to do.
Oh, that rules.
Now, can people order like full steaks during your show?
You can order the food. Although I think the bar, I can remember trying to order something down there and the bartender being like, come on, man. Like,
Please,
you can have the buffalo cauliflower. The menu is different down here. Just we're not.
We can't walk down the stairs.
I'm not going
please.
up that escalator to bring back like a flatbread for you. You don't.
Please,
order a
Mr.
beer and
Bartender.
move on. I'm like, wow, that's
Fair enough.
the amount of
fair
time
enough.
it took you to tear me down. You could have grabbed that steak for me. Jeez.
You also have a short film that's going around to the festival circuits right now, right?
Yes, I have a short film called Spirits. I'm on the right podcast today.
Yeah.
It's called Spirits. The tagline is "Some haunts are haunted." I mean,
Hey now.
Some haunts are haunted.
did I work backwards from that
Okay.
pun? I might have.
That's how all the greats do it.
Yeah. What if I got a title and a tagline and then went like, what could it be about though?
Yeah. When I say all the greats, I just mean R.L. Stine. That's how he does. He writes he says he comes up with the title, then he goes backwards from there.
My nightstand still has some of my original Goosebump books. Anyways, this movie, this short, it's about a bar where you can go and pay extra money to have a drink with a ghost. But there's some rules you have to follow to do that. And a woman comes in and breaks those rules, of course, because that's what has to happen.
Because women are bad.
Bad at following rules.
No, she comes in with an agenda. She's got a whole thing that she needs to do. She's trying to contact a loved one. And it's like, not today.
Yes.
But it's playing at LA Horror Fest on Friday. It just had its New York premiere last weekend. It played in Orlando, pretty cool place. Hey! I don't know if you've heard of it, but it was
great bar scene there.
Yeah,
great bar scene.
It was at the Orlando Convention Center for Spooky Empire, which is like this amazing horror convention.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. I have not seen it on a big screen yet, so Friday will be my first time getting to do that.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
That's
awesome.
So cool.
Yeah, with like a crowd. I'm so psyched. I'm like, oh, how will this play with other people? I don't know. It's just toiling away editing this in the dead of night.
Well, it got into a bunch of festivals, so that's the good news.
I know. I wanted to put a laurel on a poster so bad, and then I got a bunch of laurels, and I feel so lucky. I'm like,
hell yeah. I hope your poster's only laurels.
Yeah.
Just
yeah, and I could have made them smaller, but I didn't.
They're just stacked on top of each other in different colors.
Take it over.
I did have a friend who, when I sent him the poster with the laurels, he was like, so you can make those smaller, though. And I was like, oh, yeah. Well, I wanted people to be able to read where the, yeah. No, I know. I just wanted to see if you noticed.
Yeah, this was a joke. This was a joke that I sent you. I promise.
Yeah, well, I have to, because like hopefully we get more. And then I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Changing the file name to like -joke.jpg.
JPEG. Yeah, you saw it in the title. Goes, man.
Well, now we're just going to jump in and ask you the question we ask all of our guests, which is, what, if anything, do you believe about the paranormal?
Okay. I have a real Mulder attitude to this stuff. Like I want to believe. So I don't have a ton of concrete personal things. I have like a couple stories where I'm like, ooh, was this anything? Mm-hmm. But I'm open. Like I love hearing people's ghost stories. I love going to actual haunted places, haunted hotels and stuff like that. I do think that I love the idea that stuff is real. I want it to be real so badly. I'm like, yeah, please be real. It's like such a bummer to me that it wouldn't be. So I'm like, yeah, what did you just tell me? Now, sometimes you hear stories and you go like, I don't know about that one. But like, for the most part, I'm very much like, ooh. And I do think that when people say that they don't believe, I'm like, you don't believe unless you're put in a spooky basement at night. And then all of a sudden you start to believe, right? Like, and we all there's a fear factor to it that it's like, until you go to that, that hospital that's been closed down and someone says, go in the basement. And you go like, well, I won't do that. And you're like, cool, but you don't believe.
Why not?
Are you afraid of tetanus? Are you afraid you're just going to hurt yourself? I don't know. I think you might be scared. So yeah,
tetanus. I never thought of that. Oh no.
Yeah, you got to be careful. There's a lot of scary stuff. That's
too much.
Get your booster if you haven't recently.
Get your booster, people. During the pandemic, during quarantine, my friend Ryan Gall and I did a Instagram stories type thing where we would interview people with their real ghost stories. And I thought we would get 2 or 3 people, and we got 27. I think we did 27 episodes, and it was all people we know or friends of a friend. And it was all people that I was like, are totally reasonable. I would not have thought it's insane to me that they'd be like, man, I hadn't really thought about it because I don't really believe in that stuff. Except there was that one time that I was in the basement and a figure came out and it did touch my shoulder and there was no one else in the house. And then I got a gray streak in my hair and you're like, wait a minute, what?
Yes. Yep. We have so many friends like that where it's just like, no, I don't believe it, but I am visited by an old witch every night. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. So if I wake up at 3 a.m, which I don't always do, there's always an old ghoul at the foot of my bed and they pull the blanket off me and I go back to sleep, but I don't really believe it. I'm just not like, what? What? Do you hear?
Denial. They're in denial because they can't handle how afraid they are.
And I don't know if this happens to you, but part of doing that really ended up bothering me was that I would then have to edit the episode. So like we would do these interviews over Zoom, and then I would be like at my computer in the dead of night, always like re-listening to the story and like fixing the audio. Or there was one where a girl sent me a track of them trying to contact, and you hear something on the track, and I was like, hey, don't send me that. Like I don't want that. But you hear like a name whispered, and so I'm then trying to boost the audio to see like what it actually is, and I'm boosting it, and I'm just listening to it over and over again, and I was like, oh, this is a horror movie. Like I'm gonna be I shouldn't be doing this at all. I was like, I need to throw at this computer.
This is why I'm a bad editor and I don't listen to our episodes. I just throw them together as easily as possible so I won't be haunted.
Yeah, it's going back through that stuff. I would be like, oh, in the moment I was kind of shocked, and then when you have to sit with it, you're like, oh no.
And you sit in a completely dark room with only the computer screen illuminating you, right?
Yeah, I do try to think like, well, if this was a horror movie and somebody was filming this, what's the best staging? You know what I mean? Like, it should be,
what's the scariest?
It should be between 2 and 4 in the morning. Certainly, all lights should be out except for the light glow of my monitor.
Now, I had the very smallest spooky thing happen last night.
Marcy,
Yeah, what do you
I was
mean?
Going to bed, I had my lamp on in my room, and then across the room, like right under some art that I have, very fancy art from Urban Outfitters.
Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you. Misguided purchase. I saw like what looked like a drip down the wall, and so, but like clear, but like a shiny drip. And so I walked over to it, and I see that there's, like some sort of like liquid just dripping down the wall, and I touch it, and it was like oily.
Oh.
So it wasn't water.
What?
And it didn't come from the ceiling. It was
Dark
just
water.
mid-wall.
It was just
ectoplasm.
I think that's ectoplasm.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I have no clue what this is, and then looked up oily liquid on wall, and apparently when it's humid, because it did rain on Saturday, when it's humid, latex paint will do that. But I was like, please don't let me be touching animal juices that died in my attic.
Yeah.
Ew.
Don't let this be oily animal juice.
That is one difficult thing with ghosts, is that ghosts are dicks, and like for the most part, they're just bothering you to get your attention so you can solve a mystery. And that is
Yeah, so you can find their
you
body.
gotta find their bones, and
tell
you're like,
their story.
so it's so scary to have a ghost, but only for 3/4 of the way through.
Exactly. But that was like the initial thought of like, what's dripping down my walls?
Yes.
Right. Oh God.
Anyway, that was sorry. I just had to tell someone to get it off my chest.
That's great.
So you said you have like a few
Yeah.
little things that maybe kind of tickle your ghosty bone.
Here's a good ghosty bone. Here's a good tickle of your old ghosty bone.
Yes, tickle the ghosty bone.
I will say that when I met Marcy, this is the first thing she told me about was a deprivation tank therapy that I could go to. We have just met.
The first
one of the hello, here's my name, and then also I don't know if you're interested, but I know of like a sensory deprivation tank that you can go to out here, and it's great. You just can't come in it.
Marcy.
And I was like, I don't understand why you've so quickly. I don't know why you've pitched this to me, and I don't know why you've tried to tell me.
Betsy, you know I'm very intuitive, right?
Yeah.
Very intuitive. Often on this podcast, I like will say something and then immediately it comes back up in a listener story. Like, so everyone listening knows that about me. So they know exactly why I said that, why I told you about it, and why I warned you about it. They know exactly.
It's certainly not a thing I'm going to sign up for now. Not because I can't, but because that means someone else did.
Wait, no, that's why it's a rule. They make sure no one does that.
Well, it's a rule because somebody did it. Everything's a rule because somebody did it.
Everybody, yes. Of course people are coming in those.
And maybe it's just an accident too, you know?
Yeah.
You might be sensing something so horny.
Yeah. Well, now everyone knows. Don't do that.
I haven't heard the word horny said out loud in a long time. That really tickled my ghost bone. Horny.
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 But here's a tickle.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wilma.
That was really good timing. That kind of made me jump.
She's good at being scary at the right moment.
So I've been doing this Halloween show for many, many years. And it started at Improv Asylum, which is an improv sketch theater in Boston. That's where I'm from. And I worked at that theater for like a decade. So one year at a different show, at a main stage show, we interviewed this woman and it turned out that she was a medium. And she was great. She was really sweet. She was with her family. She had these like two like wonderful sons. Like they were just like the most wonderful, interesting people to talk to. And after the show, I was like, hey, I have a Halloween show in like a couple months. Would you come and be a guest one of the nights and we'll interview you and you can do a reading if you're into it? And she was like, sure. So I waited for like, I think maybe it was the night before Halloween or something. It was it like runs all month. So it was like one show that we were like, okay, she'll be the special guest. She came in and she explained that theaters, that like ghosts and spirits can only hear a certain frequency. So like just us talking, they don't hear, but they can hear like cheer. So like a stadium or a comedy theater, like laughter, like boisterous. This Improv Asylum is 200 seats in the round and it's like sold out every weekend. So she was like, a place like this draws that because that frequency is what they're drawn to. So she's telling us all this and like the room's getting uneasy because it's, describing where we currently are. And the theater is in a basement in the north end of Boston. So it's like, that stuff has probably been in there before, like stuff's gone down years and years ago. And so now it's a comedy theater, but it wasn't always. And so I asked her and we're like, oh, so do you see anything right now? And I'll never forget this. She looks around the room and then looks back and goes, I see many. And everyone's like, mind you, this is a comedy show. This is a 2-act, 2-hour comedy show. And we're doing this right before intermission. So she says that. I'm like, okay, like, is there one you can contact? She starts to like, oh, there's one that wants to say something. She starts to talk to, like, come back and be like, oh, they say this, and they say that they wanted somebody to know. And as she's doing it, my friend Tony, who has done every Halloween, she's like just one of the funniest improvisers in the world, like just gets up and leaves. He goes into the green room and we go to intermission. We finish this conversation.
The last thing I would do, by the way. I would not go to be alone.
For sure.
No way.
He like kind of storms out and he's like the most likable, amiable. Like it was like a very weird, like, oh, I wonder what's up. So we like have this conversation with this woman. It's really, I find it so interesting. I'm like, what a cool thing, and now intermission, and we'll be back with a rap about Stephen King. It's just a very, very weird, tonally a mistake on my part. But Tony was upset because he was like, my uncle recently passed, and she was describing my uncle.
Oh my God!
And he was like really, and it was like. He was really bothered. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then I go into the front room and people were mad. Like, you forget. So all this stuff can either confirms people's beliefs or denies certain beliefs that they have. And so like, I had not even really considered that, like a guy and his wife came up to me and they were like, hey, that wasn't cool. Like, we believe that like people die and they go to like heaven. And we didn't come to a comedy show for like that. And I was like, oh.
On Halloween,
they
can chill the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean,
calm down.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: Boston suburbs people, these are crazies. Like, what are you? I was like, if that's the thing that bothered you, then like we're probably okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But that was like
Complain
a weird,
to your priest. Don't complain to me.
I was like, oh yeah, well, and I think that's part of it too. Like I went to Catholic school my entire life, and it's a weird, interesting, like all those stories are about ghosts. And then you go like, I have a ghost in my house, and a teacher would be like, ghosts aren't real. And you're like, well, then what are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Everything you're telling, we're like praying to
Isn't there
ghosts.
one called the Holy Ghost? So like what?
Also,
what?
why do you think they call him the Holy Ghost?
Yeah.
Because there's other ones who aren't holy.
But I'm like finishing that show. I'm just like, I think about that couple a lot where I'm like, so in your mind, all that stuff's true, but this somehow felt not right. I'm like, why does this not work for you? Like, why is this the part that you're like, no, like this confirmed that there is something else. So isn't that
right?
Aren't you high-fiving? Like,
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
yeah,
I knew it.
yeah, isn't that cool? And instead, it did the opposite. So I'm like, oh, this really hits people. I think that stuff and the scary aspect of it as well hits people in different ways. And as a result, you don't know how somebody, it might not make total sense how they're reacting, but it's because it's such a crazy thing. You know, it's so, those beliefs are so deep and you don't know what you really believe until somebody's like, this is real. And you go like, well, wait, I don't know.
Right.
No, there's not.
Wow.
There's not just spirits down in this comedy theater aimlessly walking around. And I tell you, that woman looked around the room and her eyes looked at things. Like she looked, that's what the thing that kills me the most is the look around the room that she did. Like I still get chills thinking about it because I'm like, you didn't blindly look. It's not like when I do a self-tape and you can tell my eyes are looking at nothing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
She's a better actor.
At a
That's
self-tape
why.
and you just go like, wow. So there is something when a human being is across from you then.
Yes. That is, I've been really dealing
You're
with
like, there's
that.
no amount
A
of
lot
classes you can take that fix the deadness behind eyes that don't see people. That's why when people are like, superhero movies aren't anything, like acting and that's nothing, I'm like, they're looking at a tennis ball. For them, for their eyes to not be fully dead, that's the best actor you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yes, it's so impressive.
To pretend that something is happening while everyone is wearing a stupid suit, nothing is harder in the world.
Yeah. So serious.
Also, like, you don't even know what it is yet that you're supposed to be seeing.
They're telling you
Like,
later.
you know, where they're like, it's a monster or a big spaceship, and you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's every bad guy ever is coming off of a spaceship right now. Can you look like you see every bad guy ever coming off of a spaceship right now? Great. No, every bad
But
guy.
really focus on that
so
little
it's
tennis
every
ball.
bad guy coming off of this.
Every single person you can imagine.
And I'm intimidated. So it's every bad guy though.
Honestly, all they would have to do is someone in the background would have to do the slightest amount of like movement that I wasn't expecting, and I would get legitimately upset and scared. I've scared myself in improv shows before, where I knew I was like, this scene is about me walking somewhere creepy, and then truly got scared by the other person and like couldn't get my shit together.
I do. I mean, I always think about that. The closer for that particular Halloween show was like a rap about Stephen King. I was thinking about like the
funny.
pin drop in the room of that first act ender, and then people coming back in and doing like, you know, a few improv scenes, a few sketches, and then the idea of like singing and dancing in any way.
Honestly, it sounds like my perfect show. I would love
perfect.
it.
Yeah, I was like, I did it. I felt like Clark Griswold putting on the best Christmas. Like I was like, I'm that version for Halloween. Like I walked outside, I was like, wow, I've upset people. I've confirmed ghosts for some people. The show was good.
You like messed up people's lives forever.
And that is good art.
Yeah. And the
That's
theater
what it's
itself
all
has a
about.
bunch of stories of people seeing ghosts. I think her name is Mary. I always like tried not to remember because I want to believe, but I'm also very terrified. So I'm like, there was a night that I shot a sketch down there alone. I just like opened up the place and went down in the middle of the night to reshoot something that I didn't think had gone well, to like reshoot my own. This is not how anything works either. Like there was no lighting that would match. Like I went down alone to do a reshoot of a thing. And I was like, certainly I'll be able to fix this in post, which is not. But I was down there at like 2 to 3:30 in the morning. And every time I looked at the doors that like led to the theater, I kept thinking it's like pitch black down there. And I kept thinking I saw somebody. And the real psychotic human being I am, I kept being like, all right, I think, okay. One more take, though. I should do one more. I need to do one more take, though. I should. Oh God, is that? Are those eyes? Oh, so God, I hope it's not.
Those
eyes.
ghosts were like, "Is he gonna wrap this up soon?
Yeah, come on.
We need to
We wanna
wander
party,
the
man.
halls."
Like,
yeah,
We want to be loud. We don't want to mess up his
You're
sound.
like, so we have
Come
to
on.
believe that this guy who was here earlier in the day with a full crew thinks that he can go down with just his phone and reshoot his. He thinks this will match. This guy
guys,
doesn't know.
psychologically, what do you think's going on with him? What are his control issues right now?
Yeah, what's he doing? And no, I didn't use any of that footage.
Of course.
And I was terrified.
I
I
was
was
gonna
like,
say, I
my
wanna see that
adrenaline
sketch.
was very, very high the entire. I was like, oh, I don't. This feels like people are watching me, and it's probably in my head, but there's.
Yeah.
That's
Theaters are spooky.
They are.
Theaters are spooky.
comedy clubs are spooky.
Yeah.
too,
For sure.
because
Oh, yeah.
comedians are dark people.
Yeah.
They're scary, dark people sometimes.
Yeah, scary, dark people.
Scary, scary, scary.
Like, I think, what is it? The Comedy Store is one of those like very
Yeah.
haunted places on the Sunset Strip,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Hollywood has a lot of places. It's like they're all tragic stories too. So it's like it is a strange sensation to be like, I can't wait. I heard this bar is haunted. Like, isn't that cool? And then you go and you're like, so the bar's haunted? And they're like, yeah, a guy slit his own throat at the bar. And you're like, the story is always like, and you're like, oh,
A guy was sad about his Hollywood career and killed
Yeah,
himself. And
like-
oh man.
yeah, well, can I take a couple pictures?
Trying to capture some orbs.
I was hoping an
dude.
orb. I was hoping an orb would show up. Sorry to hear about the man.
That's the thing. We always say ghosts do not exist without a tragedy.
I know. Have you been on any ghost tours? Do you ever do like the trolley tours out here or
I
anywhere?
haven't. I really want to.
Really fun. Key West has a
I-
great
Yeah.
one. I went to Key West and
Oh.
did one. That's the
You-
most haunted place in the U.S. Key West.
I'm going there in April for a friend's wedding, so maybe in the wedding weekend I'll have to be
Did
like,
you see-
gotta skip out of the the rehearsal dinner early to go on a trolley.
Get everybody to do it. It's like cheap. It's really fun. It's really interesting. They take you all around like the island. Like it's really they give you an EMF detector, so there's like areas you can go to and
Cool.
beeping will
Fun.
get higher and lower, and you're like, oh.
Did you see Robert the doll?
I did. Okay. So here's another crazy thing. So I won't say that doll's name. When you go in there,
Betsy, you're fucked.
I won't go. No,
man, come
I swear,
on.
we all go in there. He's behind glass. And then the walls are just
Yeah.
all these letters that people wrote to him. And the
Yes.
letters are apology letters because you have to go in and they tell you like, you have to, say hello to him. You have to say goodbye to him, and you have to ask permission if you want to, like, please take photos, but you have to ask permission and be respectful. If you don't, something will happen to you. And we're all like,
Of
that's great.
course.
And then you're reading these letters, and it's all people being like, I'm so sorry. I wasn't respectful in the room. And then, there was a go-kart accident the next day on my vacation or whatever. And my cousins I don't know what they did, but they were like being jackasses. And then my entire family was down there for a wedding. And we were basically all on two separate flights. And my flight that hadn't done anything wrong, like took off, no problem. And they were stuck for like 6 hours, like on the tarmac, like not leaving. And I think it was my mom who just kept being like, Sharon, you should have been more respectful. This is what happens. Start writing the letter.
Start writing the letter from the tarmac.
Compose.
Start writing
Get
it.
the
Compose
letter
it.
sent
Wow.
to that creepy little dog. And you don't call him that.
Nuh-uh. You tell him he's handsome. That's so
But
funny.
Key West is such a fun place. So some of the apologies are so funny because it's just like, I was in a jet ski accident and I just want to say sorry. And you're like, well, I mean,
Also, were
And
you
I swear it wasn't too much tequila and driving a jet
Exactly.
ski.
yeah, I had 10 margaritas and I got on a jet ski, and normally that's fine.
I went to the Hemingway house and got attacked by dozens of those six-fingered cats.
Oh, some of you were asking for, I don't know. This is something.
Yeah, I did put meat all over my body and lay down. What are they, polydactyls? Yeah, the polydactyl cats.
Ooh.
Do you know about those?
I don't know about those.
They all live at his house?
So the Hemingway house, he used to feed cats, and these cats are basically like all from the lineage whenever he was around, and they were polydactyl, like 6, 7, 8-toed cats, right? And so like, yeah, all the cats down there are kind of like, yeah, they're descendants of whomever Hemingway was feeding, and they all have too many toes or just the right amount of toes.
Whoa.
This is a what a crazy thing. That's
Yeah, just it's a very mild form of a mutation, right?
Yeah.
Of too many toes. They could use them all.
It sounds, I mean, too many toes just sounds like a play I want to go to. It's got a real cute ring to it.
Too many
We
toes.
all have too many toes.
Have you been to the house with all the kitties with too many toes?
Too many toes.
Too many little beans? They get too many little beans.
And I think they call them the Hemingway cats. Like they're like, oh, it's almost like their own breed now, but
That's the movie.
Wow.
That's the movie I want.
the Hemingway cats.
Yeah, and they solve mysteries.
And have terrible drinking problems.
Yeah,
they are.
But are great writers.
So abusive, and we let them get away with so much because the
Because
writing.
they're a brilliant man.
The
Yeah.
writing's so strong.
Because that writing, baby. Ooh.
Yeah.
So you said you might have another one for us, sir?
Oh yes. So, Massachusetts, famously, a pretty haunted area. There's, as a result, like all historical things that you would go to, I was always so psyched to go because I was like, there's no way there's not ghosts here. Like this is like, everyone's like having a nice time eating pretzels on this battlefield. There's no way this isn't just covered in ghosts. And there's a place in Concord, this like restaurant that's really nice, and it's that very like New Englandy looking restaurant. My family like would really love to go there, and I would just constantly take pictures because I was like, in one of these there will be like an orb, there'll be something like in that room.
Yes.
And one year I did it, and like when we looked at the picture, it was like there was nothing. It was like okay, and then I swear that later on, the picture I was like, these are orbs. And everybody's like, it's just lens flare. But like the lens flare wasn't, I was like, we all looked and were like, it just looked like nothing. And then it felt like there was lens, like it's the same picture, but it seemed like that had, like I manifested that into it because I wanted it there.
Oh, wow.
And it was a very like weird, like it really does just look like lens flare, but I swear there wasn't that. I feel like so many of these stories that people have are like versions of like that where you're like, I don't know if this is anything. Like what?
Right.
Or at least I thought that way until I did that ghost stories thing where then everybody's stories were so explicitly like, and then the tall man came out from the closet. You're like,
Yes.
oh, I thought these were going to just be constantly people being like, I saw a shiny penny, but then it was a quarter. You're like,
What does that mean?
what do you
huh?
think it means? It could be anything, but I think somebody died here and they had penny loafers on. And now like, I don't know. You're putting a lot of theory onto that.
Now, what do you think got you so interested in haunted stuff or, scary things?
I don't know. I'm a big horror movie guy. I do think I was a big all movies person my entire life. My family's a big movie family. Like we had family movie night, like sit and watch movies together.
Yes.
For a few years, family movie night was replaced with family X-Files night. We would just sit and watch the X-Files as a family, which I would then be like, I'd go to school and be like, I thought everybody was doing this. I'm like, oh, no, can't on Friday. That's like family X-Files night, and be like, hey, repeat that one more time for me. I need to. I need to. And then like fists would come out of nowhere and hit me in the face. Like,
I mean, never mind.
oh no, nothing, man. I hate my family too. But I do think that stuff, I just always lean towards it. And then I think when you watch, I worked at a video store, which is like saying I used to work for the phone book company, but I worked for a video store for a while, and I started to get into more and more horror there because it was like, after you feel like you've seen everything, you start to almost like a drug, like you're looking for stuff that you haven't. And like, it becomes this strange, like my manager and I would like be passing back like bootleg slasher movies that like he had found from a friend, and then I would like find some version. We'd be like, this one has a decapitation, but from a helicopter. Ever see that before? And be like, no, I haven't. Like, it's real kind of illness of doing that. And Ghost, like I love monsters. That's I think my favorite. Like I love creature features, but ghost movies bother me. Like they scare me. So like The Conjuring scared the hell out of me. When they brought back ghost movies again, like, you know, been a long time since we'd had like a traditionally scary ghost story. And then I would be at the movie theater. I'll never forget the first time I saw Insidious. I had like a large popcorn, like a large drink. Like I was sitting there all excited, and then I didn't touch either of them. I think I just like from frame one was like, oh no.
Yes. That's so funny. Like, I can't eat or drink anything right now.
I just stared. I was like, oh my God, did I just stare at the screen that entire time? And like, and I have so many friends that are like, yeah, but so many ghost movies aren't scary. And I'm like, when are you watching it? Because I'm watching it in the dead of night with everything. Like I purposely set things up to be like, I want to experience this the way it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have a lot of friends that are like, no, I watched it too. Yes. In broad daylight while I was doing laundry and on my phone, but it wasn't very. And I'm like, then you're not
paid.
It's the same as a setup punchline for a joke. You can't, like, you have to be there watching the setup of a scare and be invested in it for that to pay off.
Yes. I watched the first Paranormal Activity in the middle of the day on like one Saturday when like all my roommates were gone. I was like, oh, I'm going to check this out. People are really losing their minds. It scared the shit out of me.
It's terrifying.
It was so good. And it was like, it's the middle of the day. Yeah. And I'm fucking so scared right now. It's so good.
My best friend Tim hates horror stuff. And I made him see the second Paranormal Activity movie with me in theaters. And it was like totally sold out crowd. And we're sitting there.
Yes.
And he hates it. The whole time he's making noises. He's looking away. And all the scary stuff would happen at night. Like there's that time stamp.
Yes.
And then there's one point, maybe like halfway through, where the first scary thing happens during the day. And it feels like such a betrayal. And I'll never forget this. He just screams like, not during the day. And the room, the laughter from this theater will never be matched. Like it felt like people shot through the room. Like it was just the hardest. I missed sections of the movie because we were all like, it was like finally we all wanted to talk. An entire theater of strangers wanted to talk about it, but like that gave them permission to, and we were all just like, right? Oh man, yeah. What do you have? And Sour Patch Kids, me too. Oh man, what a time!
Yeah, that's so fun.
And I was like, I love this energy. Like I love seeing a horror movie with a crowd. I love that feeling of everybody kind of like jumping at the same time. That like nervous laughter afterwards that everybody does.
Yes.
Like, I remember seeing Jurassic Park in theaters when I was a little kid with my dad, and I was sitting next to this woman whose face I'll always remember, and we both jumped when the raptor came out and like popped out. We both like jumped out of our seats, and then I looked at this adult woman and she looked at this child, and we both like smirked and then went back, and like that will be a movie memory I have forever. Like that's that's Mr. Hammond, we're back in business, and then that raptor cut like
ooh yeah. It's so fun.
But I love that. You don't get that from a drama.
No,
I cry all day anyways. I don't need that from a film. A film, I want to feel the other things.
Yes, anything except, going to a boring drama sucks.
And I'll watch anything. But I do, I have slowly made a brand out of just really liking this stuff.
And when you love it. That's all there is to it. It's like the thing you want to talk about. Like I know that's why I always talk about ghosts with people.
Yeah.
Like it's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say, just going back to one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in the theater was Uncut Gems. I swear to God, I had nightmares for weeks after.
That is a tense,
stressful.
That is a tense, stressful movie.
Yeah, scared me.
Non-stop stressful.
Yeah.
I
think that also I had like food that I didn't touch because I was just like, oh, please just
don't stop it.
Please just do the right thing for a second. Why are you
please
just once, please?
Why is every decision the worst decision anyone's ever made? Please.
You think you're gonna make it better, but you're making it worse.
You're making it worse.
Guy.
You have an out. Just take the out. Why?
Take it. Too scary. I was like, that could happen to you for real. You could just keep fucking up.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
No,
Yeah.
no, you grew up Catholic, so does anyone? Are you alone in your belief in ghosts, or is it something that like other people in the family have stories, or they have like or people like don't want to touch it because it scares them? What?
It's a little bit of both. I think everybody. It's weird, like I feel like at a certain age, your family gets like. I hope this is true of most people, but like a lot of things that were like cute or nothing become like eccentric and weird.
Oh.
And like I have family members that now like talk about ghosts more than they used to, in a way that I'm like, oh, are you okay? Like, is this just never come up before? Or now I feel like it's like my mom will occasionally be like, yep, saw another one in the basement. And you're like, when? What? Have you always?
What is she seeing
What
in
are
the
you seeing?
basement?
Are you looking for attention? Like what? What?
How dare you gaslight your mother when you know you believe in ghosts?
I know, but listen, if you met this woman, you would know why. There's way more to it. But it's like, are you just reaching out to tell me because you know that I'll respond because this is a thing that I enjoy. So there's like it.
Right.
So I can't quite tell. I do think everybody, if you ask them, like, I think if you ask most of my family if they believe in ghosts, they would say no. But then they would not want to go to any haunted thing. Like they would be like, oh, absolutely not. And you'd be like, all right, well, you might then. You might.
Yeah.
There's something, I don't know what it means, but there's something with people being like, well, I would never go to an abandoned asylum.
Yep.
But I certainly don't believe in ghosts. Like, fine.
I guess it's like, well, if you don't believe in ghosts, the abandoned asylum is boring then.
Yeah, maybe that's it. That's just boring.
Yeah, they don't want to be bored in.
Do you believe stuff can have just bad like energy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that things can kind of attach to maybe not even things, but like I think emotions can leave lasting like impressions on spaces and things. And so it just like you get, if you're sensitive to it, you get the vibe that this is an unhappy or sad or scary thing.
Yeah. There's a hospital in Rhode Island that one of the episodes we did was with my friend Chris Lochran. And Chris Lochran's like a really great DP and like a very matter-of-fact kind of guy. Like I would not have expected him to have a story. And he talked about shooting something at this hospital. And the hospital is working, but nobody goes into like not even the basement. There's tunnels under the hospital.
Ew.
Oh,
and so they were filming like this like regular promo that he was hired to do, and then he was talking to somebody that worked there, and they were like, "Hey, like that there's always one creepo at every haunted location who like lets you like, hey, you want to see?
Hell yeah,
want to see the tunnels underneath? Like
ew."
And he was like, "Yeah, yes, let's do that." And the way he described it is like you go down, and it's like dirt and brick on like it. And there's all these little rooms, and they were like holding, like it was, really awful stuff. And like when you look in some of the rooms, you like there's no lights. You're using a flashlight, and there's chains like on the wall still that nobody's like touched.
Oh shit!
And I was like, oh my god, did you see anything? He was like, we got out of there so fast. Like we looked in a couple rooms, and then I was like, we have to get out of here. And I was like, oh, like. And we were scared. And he was like, the feeling was so awful now. Like he was like, it felt just terrible.
Yeah.
Like there was a negativity that like it felt like you could cut through it, And I was like, that's terrifying. Like that's really scary.
Yeah.
Too. That like, there's all this in a place with so much misery.
Yep.
Is it possible that like that energy can like echo? And I think it can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Have you ever walked into a place and been like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, this feels nasty.
Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to get better about like really feeling that or like
yes,
actually doing something about it. Because I think for a long time I would like have that feeling or I would like shrug it off. And now there's even been times, and this is like, I'm even surprised at myself, but there's been a couple times where I've been like, I'm going to Uber tonight. I don't want to drive. Like, I don't want to like drive. I don't know why, but I've like gone home and like parked my car and been like, I'm good for tonight. Or I'm just going to stay in the neighborhood or like, like not go And it's like a strange feeling. And it's like, I can't even really describe it, but it's just like something where I'm like, no. And then I feel much better when I make that decision.
Yes, I've had that happen for sure, where it's just like, I don't know why, but for some reason, I do not want to, like go to a party or, like leave the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I just want to chill.
Yeah, you have to trust your intuition for sure.
Yeah.
Also, I recently read a few pages of The Gift of Fear, which is about. Oh God, I can't remember the guy's first name. It's like something DeGraw, and he is an retired FBI, and he writes about all of these victims of crimes and how throughout the process they had things that they either ignored or that they did listen to that maybe saved their lives. Wow. And just that like the ability your brain has to process things that you're not even aware of on a conscious level.
Yeah.
That like, you know, it's just amazing because we're animals and we are made to detect danger.
Yep.
But I think it can go beyond like just like being like, oh, there's someone in the parking lot that's making me feel nervous. I think it can really be like a bigger thing that doesn't adhere to our timelines.
Yeah.
I truly believe in that. And that's what a lot of our intuition is. And then we don't always honor it.
And it makes sense to me, like if that's true and we all kind of feel that on some level, then like why wouldn't it be true that some people are more sensitive than others?
Yes.
Like to go like that's not possible seems like, well, I mean, I don't know that it is or isn't, but I couldn't with any certainty go like, no, they don't sense anything. It's like, well, if we all sense it, if we all agree that we sense it on some level, just it's what our brains do, it's fight or flight, it's like all these things, then why wouldn't somebody be affected a little bit more and somebody a little bit less? And I don't know, that all tracks to me.
I do think it's why certain demographics of people, like, for example, like women can be highly sensitive to stuff because we've been paying attention to this longer.
Yeah.
We've had to, we were taught at a very young age to be very aware, to be suspicious, to not always trust. Like, it's just part of what is ingrained in us. So for some people who haven't had to think that way, it's easier to brush things off, or to not take it as seriously as some, like I said, some, not just women, but some different
I get it. It's white male syndrome. We've never paid attention to anything.
That's why y'all always getting killed by ghosts.
Yeah, dude, because we're so dumb. We every movie we just barrel through, just like, no, I don't believe. And you're like,
like you're being stupid. I don't believe.
I can no longer, when movies are made now, I couldn't no longer watch any movie where a wife is like, so this wall's bleeding, and the husband's like, Kathy, come on. Like,
yes, I have to go out of town.
Yeah, I'm going out of town for 2 months, like teachers do. And what? The fuck? What? She's like, she's pointing to the blood, like the baby's in danger. Why? It makes no. That's why the first Insidious, there's a great moment where like she keeps complaining. Patrick Wilson's like, I don't know, and then she's like, so this is happening, and then it just cuts to them moving.
Yes.
And I was like, finally, the greatest. This is how it should always be. It should be. This is happening. A little skepticism. 1 to 2 more examples, and then moving trucks, baby. Where
bail.
Look, there's no problem in trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But when you can't do it, then maybe get out of there.
Yeah. I feel like I watch so many things where it's like, and it's not always just a husband. It's like a whole group of friends would be like, absolutely not. I mean, sure, it's the anniversary of the death of that person. You're all right there. Why are you?
But we have to move on. We all just have to move on. Oh, it's so funny. I love it. It's a trope I do love, though. Where it's just kind of like, okay, what is this?
All right, what's going on?
What if I were to write maybe like a from my perspective, an honest horror film? I would be like, yes, it is definitely a ghost. Let's see if we can find it. And then that's how I'd get killed. The curiosity.
Yeah.
Be like, let's see if we can find it.
You would run right towards it.
I mean,
and then we'd fall in love.
Part of our the way we all live right now, like constantly on camera and taping ourselves, like TikTok and stuff, they're like, it make total sense now for every ghost thing to be just about like, there's a ghost here, so we're gonna catch it. Like it would be
absolutely,
like back in the day, it'd be like, no, you got to get out of there. And now we'd be like, all right, so I'm gonna try to get this dance done, and hopefully by the end of this dance, the ghost appears. But like,
try to get this.
Great, now we got to do it again, ghost.
Oh God. Famously, my mom said, we had a conversation where I was like, I'm not that afraid of ghosts because have you ever heard of a ghost killing someone? And she was like, why would you know about it? Any mysterious death could be a ghost, Marcy. Wow. And I was like, fair enough, Marilyn.
Shit, Marilyn.
God, what a terrifying point.
She's like, how would you know? There'd be no evidence. I was like, fair. You are the daughter of a detective. So I get this. She's thinking.
I
think she would help solve the case. That's the thing. These ghosts, they just got mysteries for us to solve. And there's something fun about that.
Yeah.
I just don't want anybody like at the foot of my bed. I don't want anyone like just in a room watching me. Like it's all that stuff that really does me in.
I need to let all the ghosts know I'm not very good at escape rooms. I'm not very good at solving stuff, so don't come to me.
Yeah, I won't find your stuff. Like, you really need to get somebody else.
I won't. I'll focus on a bunch of fake fruit before I figure anything out. Be like, I swear there's 7 pairs. That's gotta mean something. And people like, let's move on, Betsy.
Stop having everything in my kitchen fall from the ceiling at once.
Yeah. Stop opening up all the cabinets at once as soon as I turn around and turn back.
That's the thing.
Also,
come on.
Why? What are you looking for, guy? What's going on in the cabinets?
Yeah.
It would be helpful if ghost stuff had a little more consistency in like what people saw. It's like we mostly see Victorian garbed people, and it's like you never see something like a ghost in a Dave Matthews t-shirt. So it's like, well,
very
like,
scary.
what does that mean? You know, like, does that mean
they all
anything?
go to hell immediately? That's what.
Mansions still have like the ghost butler who's like still working. I'm like, the butler would still like, would he love that job? So like, he's a ghost now. What is he still? He's doing the same route. I don't know. You know, there's like there's all these things from like, still that maid still goes to that same room and cleans it every day, and you're like, the maid still does her maid job?
She's mating still?
She can't still be mating.
Still mating.
Yeah, there's no mating now.
Take a break, maid.
You're done with the mating ritual.
It. Do something spookier. Move some chairs or
Go
something.
travel. Can you travel? Can you
go travel?
That's what I always say. It's like, if I want to put this in everyone's mind right now for when you all die, and you're all gonna. Just believe, you especially.
No, what?
I know for sure.
Marcy!
You're dead. You're dead. Just put it in your mind now that you don't have to stay any one place. You can go wherever you want, and then maybe your afterlife will be a little more fun.
Wow. Have you watched Midnight Club on Netflix?
No, and it was just recommended to me, so
You should watch
this
it.
is a second.
I'm a couple episodes into it.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it's
very dark
tough.
and sad, but there is that kind of aspect to it of like, all right, well, if you die, like, what do you do? Like, what happens? Let's figure it out. I'm like,
yeah,
I like that. I like that little.
Yeah,
do what you want.
I want to come back. I want to haunt
totally
people.
Gonna be a ghost.
After all these years in haunted houses, like, let me. Come on.
Yes, you know how to time a good scare.
Yeah, I know how to time a good scare. I'll do something fun.
That was the funny thing walking through the haunted houses with you, is that you kind of just take it all in. Like you stand back with your arms behind your back, you know, kind of like just letting it wash over you, not having a huge reaction, but just being like, yes, I see this. A werewolf.
Just
yes,
like
yes, Mike
some
Myers.
Parents at a museum.
Wow, that is
reading everything. And
I didn't know I didn't need this, but having somebody describe how you walk through a haunted house is a real nightmare.
This is the actual scary part.
Man, for somebody who considers himself pretty self-aware, what a terrible thing to find out just now that like, oh, I walk through haunted houses like a sociopath.
No. You're walking through an art museum.
Yeah.
That's what it gave me, very much like you're at the Louvre.
I used to do a thing where at the end of the night, horror nights, especially in Orlando, would like kind of thin out, and I would try to go to every house one more time. But nobody would want to do that. So I would just be running. I would just be like, all right. And I would just be sprinting from house to house. And going alone into a haunted house like that, where it's like there's so many groups of friends and stuff. And then everyone kind of huddles together. And then one guy being alone who's just kind of like looking around. There's been times where I'm like,
who's taking it in for a second time and being like, I'm gonna really look at what I
look
missed
at the
the
set
first time.
design. This is unbelievable. But I like can remember the faces of like scared couples who turn around and just see one guy like, yes, this. Ooh.
Yeah, like, are you part of this?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I don't love the way he's enjoying this.
I don't remember that character from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
And I go, listen, they say you can't come in deprivation tanks, not haunted houses. Nobody ever said you can't do it in a haunted house.
Nobody ever said that. There's nothing on the sign that says no
The sign
coming,
says
okay?
no pregnant chicks. It doesn't say I can't be coming in here.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? The law you own a woman's hot.
It says epilepsy,
Yeah, okay.
no good. It says be careful, you step in, but like, it doesn't say you can't be rock hard the whole time.
Nasty. Do you have any other stories you want to share with us? Would you like to listen to a listener story?
I'd love to listen to a listener story.
Ooh,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Marcy and Betsy, I have to tell you this story. I was just going for a walk and I'm listening to your episode that came out on May 12th, 2020, where it starts off with Marcy telling us of the passing of Bo. And first of all, I'm so sorry for your loss. That is the worst feeling. But when you started talking about seeing like the black cat in your yard, I was on a walk and I was like panicking because I felt like I needed to get somewhere quiet instantly so I could send you this voice memo, because I felt like I needed to wait for you to stop talking so I could like tell you, no, this happened to me too. So I have to tell you this story. A couple years ago, we got an orange kitten. I think he was like 2, maybe 3 years old, and this is when I was living with my parents up in upstate New York, so like the middle of nowhere. So he was an indoor-outdoor cat. We would let him out, during the day or whenever he wanted to go out, and then every night he would come back, and we would even have to like shake the cat food so he would know to come back. And like I said, we lived like in the middle of nowhere, so he would like go pretty far. So sometimes you'd be waiting at the door for a little bit. And one time, unfortunately, he never came home. He didn't come home that morning. And unfortunately, we never saw him again. And I know the pain you're going through right now, or that you were going through when you recorded, because I cried for days, probably weeks, honestly. And we put up signs, everything. But we didn't want to believe that he had passed, honestly. But my mom started having dreams of him. She would have a dream of him, and I think I did too. Like, we would have dreams that we found him, but then she had one, like, almost clairvoyant type of dream where she saw her dad, who has passed, like, greeting my cat. His name was Felix, even though he was orange. But, and so, like, that was kind of, like, closure to her, that she's like, I think he's gone. But more than any of that, the couple days after, my mom had said, she's like, Chrissy, I woke up in the middle of the night and I looked out and there was an orange cat in the back, and I was like, what? Like, this is right after like our cat allegedly goes missing. And I was like, did you let it in or whatever? And then she's like, I don't think it was him. I was like, what do you mean it's not him? We live in the middle of nowhere. How many orange cats are there? The next night, she woke me up in the middle of the night and she was like, Chrissy, I have to wake you up or else you're not going to believe this. And I go downstairs and there were 2 orange cats at our back door, the one that faces like a field, not even any type of street or house or anything. 2 orange cats that were clearly not him. One was like kind of long hair with no tail. And then the other one, like, had, like, a big white patch or something. And I was like, how in the hell is that a thing? Like, because it happened to you, I mean, I guess you said that you and Bo had seen the cat before. But it almost makes me feel like, what kind of messenger is that, It's so weird. So I had to share that, like, instantly. And I have so much, I was drafting an email to you guys the other day about a completely different story. But this was, like, panicked that I had to tell you immediately. I hope you listen to it soon. I love your podcast. I'll be writing in very soon with, less feline stories, but I love you guys so much. And I hope that this time is, filled with love. And I know it's really, really hard with the passing of an animal. Love you guys. Bye.
so sorry we took 2 years to listen to the story.
Oh no.
Matt, you're a cat dad too, right?
I am. Wednesday.
Yeah, not that.
I'm surprised Wednesday hasn't like.
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday, my kitty. I know.
So. Yeah. So where's my cat? We got some up there in their little hammocks. But yes, my cat. Very bad timing. He passed in May 2020, just like suddenly for no good reason, honestly. But was like the next day I saw like a black cat outside, and it scared me so bad because it looked like him.
Yeah.
It was just like this freaky thing. I think I eventually did trap that cat and get it neutered. So I think that was the cat I trapped and got neutered. But yeah, that's what she was talking about. That just like this idea of like, especially out there, to be out in the middle of nowhere and have never seen these cats.
Two?
Orange cats? Like, that's so wild.
After those dreams too. That's all like.
Yeah.
The idea of having a dream about somebody else who's passed and like the cats with like that's both comforting and gives me chills. Like it.
Yeah.
I guess all this stuff is like a little bit of both. We're like, oh, that's both great and also
Yeah. Oh my. Okay. Whoa.
It's not.
Oh
it's
man.
Yeah. Animals are, they're so, I don't want to say weird, but like their relationship to us and I would say the world at large, it's just something that we can't understand, and how they exist in time. I don't know. Like, I just sort of believe that like, what am I trying to say here? They're just more special than us because I believe that they come around in lifetimes more than we do, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Do your cats, like, because Wednesday will just stare at the wall. Like, the amount of times I have to be like, what do you look like? Please let there be a bug.
Yeah,
please let there be.
Yes.
Please let there be anything on the ceiling right now. Like, I never thought I'd pray for a spider, but now I'm always like, please let it be a spider. Please don't be just staring at nothing. And by nothing, I mean something that you see that I don't see. Oh, no.
Unfortunately, it is always a bug here.
Yeah.
Not the doors are not they're not sealed very well. I can see daylight under them all the time. And then critters live in the attic, so they'll just like be looking up like,
yeah.
And which is scary on its own.
Yeah.
I will say having a cat has been, we say that Wednesday, we call it haunted house because it's like, I was never a cat like I wasn't really a pet person. And then we got this quarantine kitten, which I fell in love with, but also she has turned my house into a haunted house because all she does is hide places. And when I walk by, two paws come flying out and grab my feet and I scream. And Renee will be like, well, look at you. You got your haunted house inside a house. Like you finally get to constantly live in this world where like you can't go in the bathroom without paws like grabbing your foot while you're like on the toilet. And I'm like, oh gosh, it's Wednesday. But also, I guess I asked for this. I guess this is what I've always wanted.
Yeah, I love this. I love this. I love this.
If you're ever, for me, if I'm ever behind a closed door, there's cat paws trying to get under there.
I have so much footage now. I'm like, what am I going to do with it? Like, I just always record. I'm like, this is so cute and funny. And then I'm like, what am I going to do with hours and hours of just cat paws coming from under a door? Like, just feeling around, trying to grab you. Like, oh, man, haunted house.
You set it to music. Yeah, it's new spooky.
She hides under the bed and like I can't get to the bed. I have to jump.
Oh no.
So I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna grab my feet. I don't know where she is. She could be anywhere.
Which is such a big fear of mine. Something under the bed grabbing my feet.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Too scary.
Too scary, cat.
That's so funny.
Matt, this has been so fun. Remind everyone about your shows coming up. Yeah.
Yes. Halloween show at the Alamo Drafthouse, October 29th, 7:30 p.m. Comedy show / Halloween party. Costume contest, prizes, Alamo gift packs. Like, what a time. And then the show there is monthly. It's called Protected Under Parody. You can find it at Protected Under Parody, but that's a new monthly show at the Alamo Drafthouse. And I have a show at the Hollywood Improv in the lab called Ill Prepared, which is an improvised stand-up show. Very fun. Lots of great people. So at Ill Prepared Comedy. And then my website's The Happy Ghost Productions. The Happy Ghost Productions, where you can find screenings of my short spirits and have all that information. Plus, there's sketches that are spooky sketches.
Fun. That's awesome. Matt, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. I just talk about this stuff with strangers, so it's nice to have a reason.
And now you've talked about it with so many strangers.
I know.
This is great.
Wow, with so many strangers.
Oh, you can find me at Matt Catanzano. Ask me questions. I'll tell you all about that medium.
Yes. Yes. Everyone find him.
Find me.
Woo! Oh, yeah! Thank you so much for listening to A Funny Feeling.
If you have a paranormal experience that you would like to share, please send us a voice memo, or you can email us just a letter at funnyfeelingpod@gmail.com. I'm Marcy.
I'm Betsy, and don't shit your pants!
That was a HeadGum podcast.